Good evening and welcome on this fine, delicious evening for this season of Feast of Noble Vale. I was not ready at all. I tripped over all of my words, but that's okay because I'm here with my friends who are Joe, Ari, Dan, Tina, and Matt. Yay! And we are going to be running a fun little one-shot that takes place in Everest. It's part of the main campaign. If you were here last year, you got to see our fun little cooking one-shot, Feast of the Noble Vale 1. This is Feast of the Noble Vale 2. We're doing it again. So nice, we spun it off twice. This year, however, the rules have changed. And I'm just going to pull up my notes because I have 5 different things that my notes are on because I'm prepared like that.
That's how I do it too.
It's so great. It really means that you have everything in one place.
When you guys are doing the Lunar thing right now, that's 4 different documents that are all going at the same time.
All right. Throughout the world of Alberon, little green and yellow balls of light have been appearing in front of different chefs of talents great and known throughout the lands. Diffused golden light coalesce into a ball and burst into sunflower petals, revealing a pixie with needle-sharp teeth. The pixie hands them scrolls and erupts into dandelion seeds that blow away on a breeze. Opening the scroll, the chefs find inside writing in lovely golden script that starts as Sylvan and morphs quickly into their chosen language. Hark, ye Epicureans of Alberon, the feast of the Noble Vale is almost on us. Gather up your knives and your skillets and your spice pouches and your sews. Find ye 2 others with such an invitation and arrive promptly, lest you miss the boat on the competition this year. 2 of our chefs were able to receive such an invitation, and out they sought for members to complete their brigade. First to complete his mission was Maegor. Unfortunately for him and Sidnew, however, on the way to the Feast of the Noble Vale, they did encounter some bad weather and a couple of water tempest fiends, and they're down a member. Should be fine, though. They're talented folk. They approach through the woods towards the... Sorry, that threw me off.
With this thing? Oh, sorry.
They approach through the woods towards the village of Thornholm, the seat of the Wild House. I'm doing this by the seat of my pants. It's great. I'm really showing it today.
You're good.
I haven't had enough coffee, I think.
It's hard without coffee.
It's hard without coffee.
It's the mana that powers us all in real life.
Yes. As you make your way through the trees, you come upon tables that have been set up and laden with silverware and plates. No ingredients in sight, no cook stations, and more importantly, no people. Instead, you are greeted by a small retinue that stands in front of a large tree in the center of the feast area. The tree has been separated off from town. Around it, a very thick and heavy rope. And standing at the foot of the tree is a figure clad in vermilion-colored cloak, and seems to be, underneath all of that armor, some sort of centaur. And he strides forward with his helm antlered, and he says, "Welcome, chefs. Chef Maegor, I presume."
So you can see in front of you is probably the reason that people... Maegor's used to people not showing up for his cooking stuff because he's a little strange, very waxy skin. You can see one bulging eye. They're both brown, kind of like the color of mud. You can see he has like long black hair, kind of a scraggly goatee, and like with the sort of bulging eye, he says,
"But of course, I was delighted to receive this invitation. Apologies, we could not all make it, but I bring the most important people, my raven, and
see kind of standing behind a little like shyly in coveralls and a big hat that's got like a wolf teeth on a band around it. Just kind of a half elf, kind of leaning on one hip, just sort of not making eye contact. And, yeah, I got the glowing ball thing. That was nice. That was kind of fun.
This guy is Maegor. We are going to win. What do we do? Where do we go?
Well, you will have a challenge in front of you, with only 2 and down a member of your brigade. And being short-staffed, I'm sure you know. It will not be easy. But this way, and he gestures towards the tree, and the tree roots begin to split, and a glowing light ushers forth from within as a portal emerges. Quickly now.
I'm gonna scoot over there, but as I do, I'm always looking out for, because we're down a member, I'm always looking out for like extra help. So if there is like a corpse that is just kind of lying around somewhere, then
Casually, go ahead and give me a perception check. Let's look for a corpse. First roll.
Love it.
Dead body. Perfect.
that is a 16.
They seem to have prepared the area for a festival, and part of the decorations, there's scarecrows. They might have corpses in them, but...
Very scary crows.
Okay, so I'll just walk inside this little like split in the roots, right? And I'll just sort of mutter like,
What is a feast without a carcass?
and just make my way in.
Do you follow as well?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna follow that guy. I guess I'll just go this way. Right here, this is the glowing light. That's okay. Here we go.
All right. The centaur follows you in, and you arrive on the shores of a lake.
Shores of a lake.
This is Lake Tarcana, a major body of water in the center of Everest. And on the shores, you see an open, wide expanse. And in front of you, 4 skiffs, each with a different symbol emblazoned on the sails, and 4 captains, as it were. I am Trofar, and I will be your master of ceremonies this evening.
Says the centaur.
You are to go forth, choose your vessel, and catch for us a meal.
Catch for. I mean, that was kind of expecting. When you expecting like woods and like elk or.
This is fine. It is all the same.
I'll start making my way over and
Be warned. The catch of Lake Tarcana are fearsome foes. You may have heard of the Widowmaker, the Inakamudi, the Storm Chaser. Of course, these are dangerous foes indeed, and the good captains will see fit to steer you clear from them, for you are not ready for those foes.
Cool.
But there are delicious and tempting things in this lake that should not be here, and would do a favor to everyone if they were to be cleared out. You have your choice of captains. First, of course, the Captain Vol himself, and you see a large and kind of burly dragonborn steps forward. He kind of like just tips a finger at you. I'm very familiar with these lakes, and I can show you the finest catches.
I'm going to turn to my companion and just say,
Yeah, that guy, right?
No, we should, find someone who's,
Next to him, a tall and skinny human with a droopy nose, dark hair pulled back into a ponytail, has a little bit of a dreamy look. I'm all wit. I got good things to find from the boats. Have all the nice things. Just come with me.
Okay, maybe not him.
Not
Yeah,
that
not
guy,
kind
not that guy.
Yeah.
Someone who seems as if they've been spending much time on the sea. An old and bent half-elf with a massive axe scar across their shoulders, bald and kind of looks like he's got a bit of cauliflower ear, steps forth.
Can only have one handsome guy on our team, so not this guy.
He's experienced. I don't know. It's maybe you know, I like
Who's
the look of
next?
him.
You see kind of poking out from behind the ship. Hi. A small little halfling, pale with short black hair, comes forward, straightens up his uniform. Name's Dimes. I can help you find I have led adventurers, of course, across the lake water safely, and can do the same for you.
Insight check. Is that person lying?
Go ahead and roll that insight check.
19. Plus 3. 22.
Safely, is debatable. They made it, probably. Well, the ship looks like it's seen some repairs.
I like the first guy.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just did that.
Yeah. So we'll just like point at this person, the very first
Full
one,
burly dragonborn.
and just say,
The rest of you are wasting our time. You take us to the water.
Nice to meet you all. It was really nice. You are so nice to be doing me, so thanks for the introduction.
And you just see the centaur kind of heads back towards the tree. Business concluded. He goes through the portal. The two of you make your way down. Cara realizes she put the keyboard on the wrong side, and it's really difficult to type when the keyboard is all the way over there. You make your way to Captain Vol's boat, get on board, get everything situated and tied down.
What's a sigil?
Sigil.
Sorry. If you don't.
on the sail.
Yeah.
Yes. Joe, you have decided ahead of time the lake drake. Which one is that one?
Oh, the lake drake actually does have like kind of like a draconic
thing?
face on it, yeah. And that's part of the reason why Maegor chose that. Maegor's patron is Null, who is the dragon god of death.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
I'll be like matching symbols. Look at that.
I don't see one back here that looks like a dragon.
I miss it. I think it's white, if that helps. The sail.
I don't see it, so we're gonna go with a lightning bolt instead. Because
Okay.
that's kind of serpentish.
Yeah.
What is an S if you're from the
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, yeah, I drew that in my binder.
many times.
That's us.
Dragonborn mini
Oh.
here, 'cause
If
I
you
was
want,
missing-
right out behind there are just two containers. One of them is all dragonborn, because you guys are about to be fighting Vesk.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
We know that.
Spoilers, Joe. Spoilers.
No, they're raiding a Vesk prison barge.
Joe, as
You are
Maegor is the head chef of this brigade, go ahead and roll me a D4.
A D4. Oh no, you should have
did.
told me I was going to need to roll
Do you need a
them.
D4?
No, it's just I only could find two,
Oh.
and they're
No.
4.
Nice.
That's good.
Wonderful.
All you need is
Oh.
one.
We're fighting 4 Akamutis.
Good luck.
We got this.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright. So. You head out onto the water.
Could I use my... Do I know what we're fighting? Or what we're tracking?
No?
Could I ask Vol? So what lives on this lake that's tasty and tolerates smoke well?
Tolerate smoke, you say? Well, many things. I had planned on taking you to the northwestern side of the lake. That's where a lot of the good big fish are. Smoke. We have left first. We could head off some of the other captain's destinations and get there first. It depends on what you're looking for. You looking for some smoked eggs or some smoked leg?
It's like, whitefish, when you smoke it, it absorbs flavor well, like that. I mean, all fish does, but,
Oh, you're looking for some whitefish.
well, I don't know.
Oh, the golden-throated trout. Gold-throat trout of Lake Tarcana, famous.
That one would be great.
I'm gonna take. So I have this familiar who is a raven, but he's kind of holding it like a eagle or a falcon because it's my halfling, and so it's appropriately sized. And so I'm gonna lean in and lean to the familiar and say,
Balti, Look for the fish.
And like a falconer to just throw this raven off to go and look overhead.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a survival check for your raven.
19 on the die.
Nice.
Ooh.
Killing it today.
I just had the raven up just 1 second. I apologize. Okay. Survival? Mm-hmm. They're not trained in survival? 20.
What? 20. All right. So the raven goes out across the water, and you get the sense that they're keeping an eye out on things, and they will get back to you with what they find. It's a familiar, yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, boss. I gotcha. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find it, and yeah, I can do it. I can find it, and I'm gonna get you all the things, and I'm not gonna look at the shiny things. I'm only gonna look for the fish. Gonna look for the fish, and just the fish. Okay, here I go. And he takes off.
I'm going to lean over and go, I just need them to go off like that, but it just hovers. It's very strange.
I see. I know you got away with animals. I get it. They smell weird, so it's like weird smelling things. It sounds good.
Thank you.
So Vol kind of changes course. He pulls out a little hand crossbow from his belt, affixes a bolt to it, something that looks like it has a little sack on it, and just kind of fires it off. And when it does, it bursts into a little cloud of colored powder up top, bright green.
It's neat. That's neat trick. Nice color.
It's useful for signaling. I learned it from a couple of adventurers back. They had some colorful clouds, and it wasn't helpful for us at the time. It kind of made things difficult, but we thought maybe it'd be useful in the water.
And he turns the ship, and you start heading towards the southwestern section. And as you do, the waters get a little bit more choppy as you hit the center of the lake, and hours go by, and you head off on your way. Meanwhile, back and coming through the trees of the festival, we have our third group. Yes, you're in for 3. The second group has already come and gone. And as you arrive, you too see.
This is the second group. Love that.
You too see a festival area ready and waiting for you, but no people. Just a single centaur, vermilion cape, heavy armor, antlered helm. And if you would pass this to Dan, so that Dan at least has a visual.
Oh, nice.
Oh boy.
There you go.
What is this? Oh my goodness.
But your hands and arms are just covered in grease, and that's an important detail.
Oh, okay. All right, grease. I like it.
Dan doesn't know what he's playing today.
Not yet.
Chef Goldbloom, you stride into the festival center as Trellfar holds up his hand and waves to the 3 of you. Welcome, chefs. I see you have arrived in a moderate sense of timing.
Yes.
Chef Goldbloom, I presume.
Yes.
And Matt, please describe Chef Goldbloom for the audience.
So basically, he's a dwarf.
That's all we get.
He's got a long, tall chef's toque, larger than this, like really tall. Basically Jeff Goldblum, but long beard that's tied off into 2 little braids. He's like a celebrity chef with a very famous restaurant on the high seas. And there it is.
There it is. And your brigade.
Yes, these are my associates, companions.
You see he kind of like squints at you, and in Sylvan says, perhaps this...
Yes. My name is Shanna, and I have come to introduce you all to wonderful science of molecular gastronomy. And this is a fire genasi. Bronzed skin with like the different like lights running through, showing almost like embers. Kind of a reddish hair flopped off to the side. Very much with like tools attached and a giant pot on one hip.
Well done. Multicultural team I see you've assembled.
It's like an art, like a fusion of flavors.
Thank you, I guess. And you are?
Gordok, Forger of Link's Keenhammer?
Not just the forger of links, you're also known as the Sultan of Sausage, the king of wieners. You are the master of all things sausage.
Oh, the king of kielbasa, would you say?
King of kielbasa is way better. I didn't think about
Geyser
that.
of kielbasa.
But anyways, there you go. You have a criminal background that stems from the fact that to get those mystery meats at a cheap price, you needed some context and not a lot of questions. And so there you
Well,
go.
that actually fits because I have a bad reputation.
This whole team, it works real well together.
I know, it worked out so well.
We're gonna be cooking today real good.
Do I know you?
Yeah.
Me? Oh, yeah. People know me, but, like, they mostly just know of me. You probably had some of my stuff before.
Well, I know him.
No, I tend to stick with Core's stuff. Core handles most of the sausage in town. Well,
And you see he kind of steadies himself, taken aback at the three of you. Yeah, got an invitation, okay. I've got a lot of ginger. And he gestures towards the tree as the portal begins to open. I have a portal button, but the portal button is not working.
I heard in the...
It's
it was a
very
portal
quiet.
that-
Yes.
Happy portal.
That was the sound of the portal opening.
The three of you go through this portal as Trellfire follows behind, and on the shore you see two boats. In front of you, you have one dreamy-eyed, tall, skinny human with a dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, and he says, "Hi, how's it going? Got my boat here. Take you and find all things nice."
It's a fun vessel.
Yeah, it is. And then beside him, the battle-scarred half-elf.
Ha!
Which one do you
I don't know, boss. I think they both look good.
You see the battle-scarred one leans over to the dreamy-eyed guy and says, he had...
I like the cut of the.
What cut you want? I can get any
Going to
cut.
the one on the
Want me
left.
to? Ha!
Oh, you mean? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Em. Come on.
So,
Oh, you want to get on the boat? Yeah, let's go.
well,
Yeah, my name's Alwit.
Ain't no
I'll be
time like
your
now.
captain today.
all right. I'm not
Okay.
gonna shake your hand.
Oh, that's kind of rude, but you know, it's all good,
That's-
man. Like
I'll shake your
Stargrass?
I'm gonna reach out. My hand is covered with grease, and as I go for the hand, it just slips right off. We just go right down. We do one of those like I believe they call it a snail when you miss someone's high five.
Oh,
a snail like
I
that.
love those.
Yeah.
You see Alwood just kind of like slithers past and like grips your biceps.
You almost missed me there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And then he kind of like brings you in for a hug. It's like, yeah, it's all good. And just like gently pats your back.
I'm gonna just swoop right down,
Oh,
squeeze
man.
right out as a grease man, and then
It's a grease
It's a
man.
grease man.
that's the first thing you told me about this
I
character.
know, I
Grease,
love-
so
I love it.
That's the first association I'm going with.
Oh man, this is everything I hope for.
Yeah, I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Exquisite flavor.
Oh, you like it?
We shall see.
It's all about the wrapping. And I open my coat and I have like a bunch of different just wraps of like sausage skins.
They just look like condoms.
The look of that.
They do. I wasn't gonna go that far, but as it said, yes. And they're different colors. Some is like braided with like checkered patterns, but they're not checkered. It's like, you know, like kind of like when you look like an Italian sausage. Sometimes it has like little like peppers and flavors, and it looks like a little bit for the red ones. Some of them are just like straight kind of like translucent. Just various different kinds of like sausage skins, and they're all like hanging down off my coat like that.
The best part about that is, in order to keep them from like drying out, like I'm imagining that your character is just popping the jacket open and like.
No, he is the grease.
That's so good. Oh my god.
Oh, I hate that. I love it.
I already
Constantly casting
No.
Marty's at will.
Hark, dear friend.
I don't know. How do I beat that? It's a force of nature.
You really can't. You begin your journey off onto the lake. He kind of looks at the two of you. I've got the best spot. And yeah. I don't think.
She says in Sylvan.
What? Yeah. I don't think I speak what that one speaks, so if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I don't as well. But
That's gotta be bad for
communication
teamwork,
is
man.
it's beyond something that you can express in language. It's, like the flavors of a dish. It's
I don't know, man. I think words are really important for communication and deep understanding.
we've made it this far. It'll work out. It's as things tend to do.
I guess. Well, we're gonna head towards the southeast if that's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And you guys head off. The two of you, with Captain Vol, have made your way to a very still and calm part of the lake. The laugh track.
The seagull sounds strange here.
I see something.
Your raven kind of pokes into your head.
I see it. There's stuff, and they're moving. Oh, they've got bright, shiny teeth.
Do I see anything with bright, shiny teeth that's moving?
Not on the surface of the water. You get the sense that your companion from above sees something underneath.
Okay.
You look for something? You want to look for something?
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of something with teeth. Be on the lookout.
Can I go to the edge of the boat and just full face into the water and like look under the boat?
Sure.
I'm looking for.
Go ahead and give me a perception check and
I'll grab onto them so they don't fall over and cast guidance.
okay. I was gonna say a disadvantage, but now you are guided.
Still at disadvantage though.
Yeah, and a D4.
Not bad. Feeling it.
Okay.
Plus 3. Dirty 20.
Awesome. You actually pretty good at looking into a murky lake with eyes wide open. Or shut, as one would say. You look in and you see tons of fish schooling about and darting. The boat is almost right on top of it. The fish are made up of like a dappled green and olive color. Every once in a while, one will flip over and you'll see the golden bellies. This must be what Vol is talking about, the golden-throated trout. Actually, give me a nature check.
Cool.
Wasn't ready to guidance that one.
4.
Must be what Vol is talking about, golden throat,
Looks good.
trout. It's gotta be what it is. You're not really a fish person per se. You're more of a barbecue guy. But, you know, fish. How different can they be?
Cool.
You see them like flitting in and about rock formations and seaweed, and off a little bit further ahead, you see why this water has gotten so stagnant. There seems to be a lot of kelp. Captain Vol also has taken notice of this kelp, and he says,
I don't think we should go any farther. I think we stop here.
There's fish.
Yeah, it's like
Fish! And I'll jump in.
Oh, God!
And as I hit the water, I'm going to cast Shock and Grasp. Just
right.
again and again and again in pulses to try to just like stun any fish that are nearby.
would you like some visual perspective?
Yeah. Don't tell me not to do something.
Are you resistant to lightning?
No, I'm not resistant to jack shit, but I'm also not going to be told not to go in the lake of fish. We got a cooking competition. We can't be hanging around, you know.
You might have just cooked yourself.
No. I got 33 hit points. Alright, my guy? Like, I'm good.
Wow.
You probably got a whole
Chef
bunch.
Goldbloom
I don't.
beefy.
That's more than me.
Yeah, but for a barbarian,
It's not great.
no. I fucked it up.
Oh, Dan, I want you to also know, I rolled for your stats. I, in no way, shape, or form, meant to put you in the position that you're in.
Oh no! I have very low HP. I have 39 HP.
The HP is actually not bad, considering...
that?
Oh my god, your stats, dude!
Well, I didn't even look at them. Let me see.
You're a rogue.
Your
So
stats
I
are
gave you have good dex.
wow.
You have good dex.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
have good
these are
con.
bad.
It's just you're not.
My stats are shit too.
You were born greasy. You were born greasy, but you were also born kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's how I'm kind of playing it.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Kind of felt like the character, you know.
What's your...
Oh, right. And how deep down is this?
Oh, this is pretty.
Matt, you're pulling a Dan, and y'all are off camera from each other. Just FYI.
You were in
You gotta
for a
get
little
close.
bit.
We gotta act like we like each other.
Oh, I'm here. You want to go this way? And we can, I think I
Unfortunately, this chair does not roll.
All of us who have sat at multiple wedding tables together have to act like we like each
A
other.
little bit further, right there.
I bet they're friends. That's why they have minis.
Well, better.
These are so fucking cute. Thank you. Did you make these?
They're about to eat.
I painted them.
What are those?
Fucking adorable.
Are we? We're above, right? So
yeah.
we're like
You are
here.
above.
But you are not. So you're elsewhere. Sorry.
Do you mind
Do you
moving
like
the
it
map
there?
a little bit further towards the black area? Kind of right up with the black. That should be perfect.
Beautiful. Trying to mumble into the mic. That's the MO today.
All right. So, Maegor, you've just dove in, and as you hit the water with a splash, I'm going to have us roll for initiative.
All right. Loving that. I'm gonna take pictures so I remember. I'm gonna roll a great fucking initiative.
All right. Well, there's only 2 of you, so what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very
19.
Nice.
Ooh, this is great.
Rolls so far.
So the way it shakes down is we got Sinew at the top, followed by Maegor, followed by the fish, and then we've got something else there. And poor little Vol is all the way down here. All right.
Oh, do we have a Volman? Sorry, I forgot.
Vol is the green on the ship.
Gotcha. Oh, right. I jumped down. I'm the one down here. Like an idiot.
All right. So you have jumped down into this water, Maegor. Sinew, you are now left on the top of the ship with Vol. It is just the two of you, and your head chef is in the waters.
I guess this is the way we're going about this. I guess I'm just gonna sink. Here you go. And I just shrug off like my little backpack thingy, grab my weapon, and I'm gonna jump in the water, and I just sink. Sinu's heavy, so just.
So you begin sinking down into the water, and you see below Maegor is about 20 feet ahead of you.
Oh shit, I forgot what you're doing. Well, I guess I went. But anyways.
No, you'll be far enough away. It won't matter.
And Maegor, we get to you. You are now 20 feet down. The bottom seems to be another 10 or 15 feet. You are starting to enter the school of fish.
Okay. So, it's my turn.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna swim down the remaining, amount so I can be right here in the school of fish. And I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp, which is a melee spell attack.
Okay.
So I reach out and does a 25 hit.
It does.
And I'm just you can't hear me because I'm underwater, but I scream out fish, and it's just but you just shock and grasp these things. That is going to be. I think it's just that they have their movement is slow. No. Sorry, man. But then after that, I am going to see if there is any stunned fish that I could stuff in my pockets. I didn't plan ahead for that. Okay, 1d8 lightning. They take 6 points of lightning damage, and they can't take reaction until the start of their next turn.
Ooh, that does actually not do this.
Do you have the rings over there?
Dan has the rings.
Dan, you want to pass me the box? I'll just, I can manage them.
So you look for any stunned fish, and you see a couple of them kind of get a little bit shook up from, you see you've disrupted some of the school's movements, but they are very aware that a threat has entered their vicinity. You see one section, the one farthest away, that one. Actually, no, you're close. One of the closest to me.
Yeah.
There you are.
That one's big.
You see that section of the school is disrupted significantly. No one's stunned yet,
Flat-footed.
but they are flat-footed. Those feet are so flat. Right.
I'm falling.
But fish. This is going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yes, I should do a Warcaster, but I'll reach out and I'll punch it.
Punch that fish.
I don't think I get anything with that, so that's just strength, right? It's punching.
Yes.
7.
You strike out with your fist, and
I think it's actually
underwater.
a disadvantage too.
It's underwater.
Yeah, it's still just.
So you just strike out with your fist, and it's just so slow. There's so much water on top of you, and these fish are very accustomed to moving in water. And you see they are starting to head towards what appears to be some kind of kelp forest.
I'm gonna, for free is my communication, so I'll look behind me up to this person, and even though I don't think they can, see me, I'm gonna point to them, and then point at the fish, and hope that somehow helps.
Who are you looking at? Sinew. Okay.
They're just, sinking down. I'm imagining, an Iron Man sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Right. Something else. Bull is just up on the ship. He's he pulls some things out of his pockets. He's like, I have these for them, but I guess they'll just be fine at the bottom. Maybe they can breathe. He puts it back in his pockets. They just don't.
I guess I should start counting rounds.
Yeah.
Round 1.
And we're back at the top. Sinew, you are about 20 feet down now as well. And Maegor is... Are you down at the bottom completely? Or?
Yeah.
All right, it's down about 10 more feet.
I'm like down. My knees are bent. I'm getting ready to like leap back up to start swimming back up as fast as I can.
So my base movement is 45.
Beautiful.
So even half movement, I can get there. Sanu kind of gets an intense moment of focus as rage activates, but it's not rage as much as like giddy hunting, and is going to attack the somewhat stunned fish. Just kind of thinking, if it doesn't affect the flavor, okay, I guess this is what we do now. Okay. Extra attack. Does a 12 hit?
It does not hit. You see the swarm breaks and the school kind of flits off into different crevices.
And then the other one's much higher at a 25.
That one does hit.
And then is a mace really only?
Is there a disadvantage?
Are they?
Because we're underwater. I think.
Water.
Yeah.
Great. So then the first one doesn't hit, and the second one doesn't hit.
All right. You see the fish kind of like spread apart and kind of coalesce in their schools, and they start heading back towards this little cave area. Anything else?
No.
All right.
Oh, I don't activate it. I passively can track creatures. So I'm gonna passively track creatures.
Passively track them creatures.
It's got other mechanics to it too, but that's the most important one. Does that?
Yes, it does.
So I have Sentinel.
Oh hell yeah! Sorry, Ari. I should have strategized more.
That's round 2. I think I can only breathe for 10 rounds.
Advantage when you're raging?
Oh, you are raging, right? So it's just a flat roll.
Yep.
Want to roll again?
Sure. Yay!
There you
Bring
go.
that middle guy back.
Punch that fucking fish.
And my weapon is a skillet on a long kind of handle with like a little curly tail at the bottom that I wield, and when you make an attack with a weapon. Oh wait, never mind. I have to declare it before I know if I hit.
Wait, did we get items?
Yes.
Remember you selected an item like a while ago?
Yeah, it's a thematic item.
Let me go look.
Nice, killing it. And then because I'm raging, I get bonus damage. So, 12 damage, please, against the shocked school fish, and because I have Sentinel, they can't leave.
Beautiful. You see you are able to break off one section of the school, and it just stays in front of you, kind of stunned a little bit. They are still alive. They're still like kind of twitching around, but they seem confused. They aren't able to like come together and swim as a group. And the other half of the school kind of heads off into the kelp. Very nice. That brings us to me.
Wow, those are confusing. Okay.
Because I'm now within 5 feet,
Yeah.
you can get me.
Okay.
Help me.
That really will, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to still hold in my breath, swim my 15 feet of movement, which will just get me into range. And I feel. What does it say?
So-
Trading?
Yeah, because I'm a wolf. We're hunting a pack together.
I see this hat that is just laden with wolf teeth, and it inspires me. I can feel just stronger. And so I reach out, much more self-assured, and I'll roll flat for my shot at basket stuff. Not good. But it's still a 12.
A 12 does not hit, unfortunately, but it doesn't really affect too far out into the water, so thankfully your companion is not injured by the lightning suffusing the water.
I didn't even think about that. That's okay. And then,
It's great for fish.
yeah, I think that's all I got. Yeah.
Your familiar is still a raven up above?
Still right.
Right.
That sounds spooky as fuck.
Those coming from the little fish?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Uh,
Is that Chef Goldbloom?
So the section that has been left behind starts to kind of swarm around and scenting like some of the blood in the water. Seems to have a little bit of a frenzy about them. And they're going to go after the one that most recently damaged them. Oh,
Does a 7 hit?
Me? Yeah, no.
You are able, covered in your hefty armor and your bolstered wolf strength, you are able to kind of just like take the bites that these fish with the massive teeth. Actually, now that you're getting a really close look at them, these teeth are huge. You haven't really seen many trout, but those are big teeth. No one understands that whatsoever. They are underwater. All right. And then we have
Other guys.
Come murky down here. I don't know.
Something stirs in the murk near the kelp forest. It's difficult to tell what it is, but it almost seems as if some of the kelp fronds are beginning to close in on you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Bull from up top kind of looks down and says, that kelp looks kind of familiar. It's probably fine. I mean, I can't really warn them. They're down there. He pulls out a stone and then another stone.
I mean, if they had one of these, so we could at least communicate.
Puts it back in his pocket, and that's Bull's turn. And that brings us back to Steve.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna roll 2 attacks, but
Yeah.
no one wins, please. Ooh, nat 20.
Nice!
I'm killing it this week. Damage is bullshit though. 8 damage for the crit.
Very
And I
nice.
missed on the other one.
Miss on the other one?
I only rolled like a 2 or 4.
Awesome. Anything else for you?
I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah. All right, Maegor. Brings us to you.
All right, so we have this one that is standing right in front of us. The only thing that I could really think to do, I'm like, I'm not running out of air, but I'm like conscious of the fact that my lungs are starting to burn. Is I'm gonna reach out and try to shock this fish again. And it's flat now because
It's flat because I give you advantage.
Okay. That is gonna be a 19.
Beautiful. 19 hits it.
That is going to be 3 points of lightning damage, and they cannot take a reaction to
They have no reaction to take. That section of the school is down for the count.
Fantastic.
Ooh!
And
You
I'm
watch
just
as they
gonna
kind of like flip over and they start to like just float upwards.
And I'm just going to grab as many of them as I can to just stuff into my pockets and whatever, like, kind of, like, into my shirt, wherever I can keep these fish.
All right, go ahead and give me. Let's go athletics or straight dex, your choice.
They're straight decks. Just that. That's 19 for a dirty 20.
These are 2 cards.
They are bubblegum creature cards, yes.
Yes.
What?
Bubblegum creature, when open mouth, enjoy food. Change flavor often. All right. Go ahead and remove those fish from the board. They are all in your pocket now, and you have a certain amount of Tarcana false-throated killers.
Hey. Oh, love the false stories. These are the best parts.
All right. Would both of you please give me perception checks?
Well,
14.
we are in sync, my dude.
False. So whatever comes out, if you control like 5.
Right. I kind of feel like I need.
You gotta go.
I also left
Would you
harpoons.
mind putting that on the other side of the cube there, just to help me rest?
If we get that, then we can make sushi.
So the whole thing about sushi, though, I want to smoke sushi.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You can smoke. But also, seaweed. You can smoke seaweed for sure.
Right, right.
You see the kippers have kind of moved forward into this kelp forest, and they seem to be darting in and out. Sinew, you're just kind of focused on getting as many fish as you can, but Maegor, you notice something is wrong with the kelp. You see that not all of the kelp is rooted in the ground, and plants should be rooted in the ground. They don't just float about. There's a couple of it seems to be floating.
I don't know, have you ever seen a lily pad? It's kind of floating.
Right, and that's about. Let's see, quite. Can you bring it forward just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of staying with the kelp. And we're gonna have.
Let's compare with music for chance for us to
All right, Sinew. You were the first one it sees. Does an 11. How about an 18?
That will hit.
All right, that's 2 hits for you. All right, so you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage, half because you're raging, which is 8. I can do math.
Great.
And you feel yourself pulled. You are pulled forward directly into the middle of this kelp bundle. And you take 2 points of poison damage as you are held fast, and it kind of starts to wend its fronds around you. All right, and you begin to feel yourself kind of rising as the kelp begins to pull you up. Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
Oh, you got it.
Gladly.
It's raging. It's advantage.
Yeah, it is. 2 9s, but my 14?
14 unfortunately does not make it.
It's okay. We got this.
That's 5 points of piercing damage. And 6 points of poison damage. And you are
2.
restrained.
And then how much damage? 2?
2 and then 6 from poison.
6 poison damage? But that doesn't get...
The half does not, the 6 does not get halved.
Okay.
Alright, and you are restrained.
That's fine.
That's okay. It's actually my preference.
So I'm a barbarian, it's fine.
Alright. That brings us to Sinew, actually.
Sinew says the command word, which sounds like because they're underwater, but it's the word hottest. As they make an attack. Make 2 attacks, technically, but only one of them matters. Oh, can I do this recklessly? And I'll do it in second attack? Cool. So the first attack is 15 plus 6 is 21 hit.
That does hit.
So that one is going to take some extra damage as my skillet starts to steam the water around as I do some fire damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Hopefully is fine. 14 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Cool. And then the second attack. 17.
That does hit. Yes.
No skillet. 6 damage.
Alright. And how much of that was fire damage?
Is it just
5?
dice?
No, it was the first roll.
5?
I think 5.
Don't look. Don't do that. Alright, that brings us to Maegor.
Okay, so seeing this huge creature wade out and attack my sous chef, I'm going to point behind them and I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And my Spiritual Weapon just appears behind this creature, and they are going to look like it's going to look like a huge, like, glowing whisk, like an egg beater. And that will be like a mace, so it'll be damage. Right behind it, and as part of that, it will take an attack. There's a spellcasting modifier. That is a 24 to hit.
Alright, that does hit, believe it or not.
It's an ally.
It is, but is it within what's the range on it?
It's 5 of the creature we're attacking.
But
Within the creature we're attacking.
oh, okay.
So if it's in melee range
It
of
is.
the creature, then it gets it.
Okay. Oh, of the creature itself. That's so
Correct,
cool.
because we're all preying on one creature.
That's
So it has
phenomenal.
nothing to do with me, it's the creature.
So
Let me make sure
that
that's-
would be 12 points of radiant damage.
Your friends. I am friendly with this mace, please.
They're in speaking
I
terms.
love how it's like, normally it's like, you're allies. This one looks literally just as your friend.
That's the thing that if it's like homebrew or something.
No, this is from
Oh.
Can you marry an inanimate object?
I can be friends with it.
And that is my bonus action. I will then swim like 5 feet up so I can just be a little closer to the surface. And then actually I'll go 10 feet up so that way I can not, be suffocating when I eventually do get to move all the way. And I'll just hang on there.
Sweet. Nothing else from you?
That's all I got.
Beautiful. Alright, that brings us to the Kippers. So the Kippers are going to head towards Maegor.
This one turns back.
Yes, that one's not going to make it all the way there. That one's still like on the bottom.
It's got that vibe.
Does 21 hit?
21 does hit, yeah.
You gotta ask. I so rarely get to ask you if I hit.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's 10 points of piercing damage for Maegor.
Just have it for fun.
No.
Double for fun.
Double your flavor. Alright, and that brings us to the kelp. So the kelp angler wraps itself tighter around you. And it begins to rise further and further up to the surface. And I need another strength saving throw, please.
21.
21. You are able to kind of like rip a little bit and tear at these fronds of this kelp angler, and you are able to free yourself. So you're able to get a little bit of distance on you and the kelp angler. Perfect.
It's also there. I imagine we're face to face. But...
Nice. And with you separated from it, let's try it again. Does a 15 hit?
Yes. And you take these at advantage.
He's reckless.
So I use reckless.
I think I'll die.
This is how it ends.
Your team might win.
2 turns. Yeah, you can use my corpse. I give you permission. I bet I would taste really good.
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
It's what Sin you would want. This is a lot of fucking dice.
Optimistic D3s.
Alright, so that's 22 points of bludgeoning damage. 11 points halved. And you are pulled closer to the kelp angler again.
Okay.
Yes, angler. Alright, that brings us back to Sinew.
I'm grappled again?
No, you're just pulled closer, you're not
okay.
grappled. It is your turn.
Blood's in the water, for sure.
That might do something.
Yeah, definitely like the overalls are a little like cut up in places. So I'm fast as fuck, boy. So I'm gonna action disengage and then swim to the
That's a rogue thing. No disengage. Action?
It's an action.
as an action I can.
It's an action.
Roads get as
Rogue's
a
good
bonus.
as a bonus action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend my action economy to get the fuck out of here.
Spend that action economy.
How far would you say that I am from the boat?
Let's see, we're about 15 feet, another 5. You're about 15 feet on the hypotenuse.
Fuck yes! I can get to the boat in 1 turn. So I just emerge from the water.
What's your swim speed?
So it's your movement speed halved. My
And what's
movement speed is 45. Because I'm fast
You're
as fuck.
fast as fuck, boy.
So heavy as stone, but very, very fast. I just flop onto the deck. Nice.
You flop up and Bull's like, I think the kelp's moving down there. Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just, it's okay.
Can't understand you. I work with a guy with only one jaw.
Right. Maegor.
All right. So first can I see my companion up on the deck?
I'd say you saw them like head up towards the boat.
I can no
and
longer see them, right?
Probably not. No.
Okay, fair enough. So, from where I am initially, I'm going to, as a bonus action, have my spiritual weapon take its attack. That's going to be 12 to hit the kelp angler.
Yay!
I figured it's a big dude, like
It's a
probably.
big kelp.
That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning, or I think it's radiant bludgeoning damage from. I don't think it matters,
But either way, it doesn't matter in this instance.
There we go, and then I will swim 15. How deep is this? Total?
You've got 20 feet to go. It's 30 feet total.
So I swim 15 feet up and 5 feet from the surface. My lungs are really starting to burn, and then as an action, I will dash, and I'll swim up to the top, and I'll leap onto the boat. And then I'll gasp for breath. I'll refill my oxygen counters for the advanced style. And that is my turn.
All right.
Actually, I'll look at the captain and I'll just say, do I know that there's a kelp angler? Probably not.
No. I mean, for free, you can make a nature check.
15?
No.
It's a bunch of angry kelp down.
There's something down there. We must go now.
And I'll start paddling with my hand.
He takes in the state of the two of you, and he says,
Right, I did think with only 2 of you it wouldn't be very safe, but yeah, you jumped in. No, okay, let's go.
And I'm like stuffing fish back inside my shirt and stuff every time I try to slide in.
you see the water begins to bubble,
Do I
and
have kelp on me because I was wrapped in it?
you see the water begins to bubble as some of the kelp continues to rise to the surface, and a mass seems to just kind of float there and begins to kind of follow, and it is going to begin to reach out towards the boat. So here's what we're going to do now. I had nothing to do with that one. We are going to go into a bit of a skill challenge in order for you guys to escape. So you guys rolled initiative first, so it's going to be you two and then the kelp angler. So anything you can do to help Captain Will get out of this scenario will see your boat safely home.
Okay. I am going to, with my little hand like paddling the water, every time I do it, I'm going to try to use Arcana and Shock and Grasp together to try to like little pulses into the water, almost like a shock collar for a dog, trying to keep it away.
All right. Go ahead and attempt that. Let's go with an Arcana check. Let's see what you got. Oh, buddy.
That's a 2.
No.
I know. I was really hoping for a 1 because I do have something I can do for that.
You have a little bit of like timing error, like you start sparking in the air and then you like spark a little bit too far down. On the plus side, you do see a fish far off in the distance kind of come to the top. You seem to have gotten something off over there, but not the kelp angler, most notably. Cindy, how about you?
I'm gonna stand on the back of the boat and use pure brute force to just whap the fucking tendrils and shit.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, like a granny with a fly swatter.
All right, it's gonna be an attack roll for you.
Great. Oh, bonus action rate.
You're still ready.
You still ready?
Nice.
18?
Sure does. All right. So you see the kelp fronds begin to like pull up and start to
Wait,
grab
18
at
and
the boat.
12. It's 2 attacks.
That's right.
And sorry, and I didn't do it recklessly.
Great. So it's just a skill, so you don't need to roll damage. It's mostly just keeping the fronds off the boat. So you do see them like start to like reach up and start to grab the edges of the skiff and start to pull it back. But as you see that, you kind of whack some of the fronds away, and there's only one that seems to latch on. But you do start to begin to pull away. Right? And we have one more round because there's only 2 of you. So go ahead.
I'm looking at this thing. Can we see the actual kelp anglers like coming up to the boat?
It's like floating across on top of the water and like trying to pull you back.
Can I just have like the spiritual weapon follow it and just whack it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me go with a religion check because that's a spiritual weapon.
Okay. That's gonna be 13.
Nice. 13 does it. All right. And from Sydney.
A bonus action to switch my weapons out.
Okay.
And I am going to Bear Grill style take out a dagger and the one remaining like strand just start to like as I use my survival skills to carve a piece of this creature's anatomy and leave it on the boat.
All right. It's going to be a bit higher.
Sure.
Let's go with an 18. Go for it.
Use the tone of voice that says, "I don't know if I can do this."
Yeah. It was kind of bullshit anyway. No fucking way. 16 plus 3 is 19. Holy
No.
fucking shit.
Ari's just carrying us through.
Yes! One. Killing it.
Awesome. You are able to kind of carve off the last remaining tendril of this kelp angler, and you see that it kind of sinks down as it's injured. There seems to be like a little bit of slime coming off the edge. And you are able to like pop off with great speed as the wind kind of catches the sail. You're released from your anchor, and the 2 of you and Captain Will are able to head back towards shore.
At the very end of that, I'm gonna call up my familiar,
Balti, go get it.
and I'll point at the fish that kind of floated up with that shock and grasp.
All right. Go ahead and let's just have a standard attack roll for your.
I don't even know.
You see your familiar goes down, kind of like picks at it. He's not a seabird. He kind of keeps missing it. He gets dunked under the waves at one point, and then comes up with what seems to be some sort of shell. Ooh. So you got a shell.
Okay, I'll take that shell.
I found it. It's shiny. It doesn't really taste good.
Put it in the refrigerator.
All right, and that is team 1 and done.
18.
18 is done. Hot teams. We'll be right back, and we will look into Chef Goldbloom. What do you team? Or C team? Depends on what you do. Whatever team they are. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, to the Feast of the Noble Vale. We are mid-hunt. Our first team and second team have just finished their hunts and came home with some very nice catches. You did not see the second team, so if you've been watching all this time and you're like, hey, I didn't see that, don't worry. That was off screen.
Did we see the second team as we were like rowing back?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm here with my friends, and of course, we are going to head over to our second team. Team Chef Goldbloom. So the three of you are on your boat with Alwit as you head out towards the center of the lake.
Oh, yes.
The grease man.
Gordok, you're finding it hard to stay on the boat.
Yeah, every time it like goes up, you just slide back. It goes down, you slide forward.
As I'm on the boat, I want to get out one of my larger sausage casings, probably a kibasi. A very large. It's my largest one I have. It's probably from a bovine intestine, I'm imagining.
All right.
And I'm just going to be opening it, and I'm going to be grabbing some air as this ship goes along.
You are actually slowing the ship down. It is a little difficult to progress with such a very
Once
large...
I get a little air, I'll tie it off.
Okay.
That's so funny. I don't know why.
You have a condom balloon. Good job.
That's fine.
Alwit's kind of progressing along. So, well, the other two ahead of you have already kind of chosen their hunting grounds, and well, Trellfar made it quite clear that he wanted y'all to go someplace different. So,
Where do you want to go?
oh man, as long as I've got open water in my boat, I'm happy. You want to take some time on a beach? We can just like land. How good are y'all at swimming?
I think more fish.
Like oil and water.
You look at the fire.
I am
So not ones for swimming, I think, maybe.
average. Average swim.
Well, we can take you to the beach, yeah.
Beach?
Whatever you want, boss man.
Beach?
Good.
Beach?
Yeah.
Beach good.
Beach good.
Good beach.
Yeah, man, yeah. And you begin heading towards
Ooh, maybe crab.
the beach. If you wouldn't mind taking the boat off that map, please.
Shell.
And just throw out the map there.
Shell.
There's a map on the
Shellfish.
beach.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the surprise.
Production values.
Ooh. You have sausage, yes?
You want sausage? You want to see how the sausage is made?
I don't.
I open up
any
the
of that.
best.
No,
You show them the
no.
sausages.
No, you don't. Yes. You can put that away.
All right.
Showing the sausage, huh?
But I do think it's a good part. Yes.
Do part of what?
This goes on the other corner.
The culinary symphony.
Takes you places I wouldn't go, like the great outdoors.
Yeah.
You've been to the outdoors before. I've seen pictures. I have a picture of you next to a dumpster, and that's
Nice.
It's one of my favorite pictures of you, and it's outdoors.
The boat is going to land, right? Yeah, actually. Nice.
So, what kind of dishes would you like to?
Dishes.
Well, food. We got to the beach. There's a bunch of stuff here. There's
there's an abundance.
some shorebirds. You got some trees out there that probably have some good stuff. Little crabs like to hang out on the rocks and whatnot.
Trees, little crabs.
Yes.
Yeah, you can like find some seaweed as well. You're probably gonna have to scrounge around a bit. I'm just gonna stay here until you're ready to go back.
I could scrounge and
I'm a scrounger. That's what they used to call me back in the day, the scrounger. Before I was the grease man, I was the scrounger.
You have lived an interesting life.
You say it, brother.
Food.
Food. And I'm gonna get off the ship and start wandering and looking for anything that might be tasty.
In what direction are you heading? Are you heading for the trees, the rocks?
In general, kind of a this way-ish.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Actually, let's make this a nature check.
I'm going to go.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Very nice. As you start heading off, you look and see kind of like in the sand
That's the guy. That's grease
things
man.
that are like trying to bury themselves as they get deep down in. And you see little like air bubbles coming up from some of the wet parts of the sand. And you kind of like stick a stick down or a blade, whatever you got on you.
I have
make
a
it
full
pop.
knife set, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
fishing them out.
And you're able to find a couple of mollusks.
Ooh.
Go ahead and draw one. What about the rest of you? Where are you headed?
I think I would just let nature guide me a bit. So I think I'm gonna go this one to start. Ooh. Go maybe check out these brambly areas. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a survival or a nature check.
Ooh. I wonder if I'm good at either of these now. That's a 9.
Interesting. You find a couple of leaves that maybe you can make a nice, like, little salad or a base for, like, some nice visual appeal.
Yes.
Give the one that fell back. Oh, that one works too.
I can see that one, so
Cool.
I'll just take that one.
Gordok, how about you? Where are you headed?
Gordok is gonna probably get off the boat. He has the big air thing. He was kind of gonna plan on using it as a survival vest. If the boat went down, he's very scared. He does not like water. He's always gonna get off the boat, and you can hear like a little squishy sound. He's like, he kind of squishes when he walks, and he's gonna do a dash and a movement action because I can do a dash for free as a cunning action. And I'm going to move 60 feet. Can you just give me where is 60 feet? Just anywhere like around the brambles, I guess. As close as I can get.
You're not in initiative, so you can take your time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shayna.
Sure, yeah.
What's one?
Burn, char, roast.
Just produce flame. Now?
Dish, food.
What is he saying?
I'm trying to ask if she thinks that this would be a good food to go with the snails.
She looks at you for a second.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna just throw it all in and make it all into one big thing, right?
Well, there's a
Are we gonna
It's a
separate them?
symphony to it.
Oh,
but,
okay, yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I mean, yeah, all right. You do your thing, Shayna.
What's the,
She looks at you
What's
and
in that
in
cave
Draconic
over
says
there?
Draconic?
Yeah.
Are you talking to
thank
Alwyn,
God.
or are you asking Cara?
I say as I walk in that direction.
I think Boss Man wants us to like. Go
Well,
in
sometimes
the
you can find some like
I don't
little
know.
crawly creatures in there. Sometimes you can find like little crabs and little sea bugs, and I guess they'd be lake bugs, since we're on a lake.
Does the bramble itself look like it would be tasty, or does it just look like...
Give me a nature check. And Gordok, are you looking for any ingredients, or are you just kind of surveying?
I think I'm going to see if there's any there is some seaweed that kind of covers rocks with oceans, and I think I'm going to look for some of that.
Go ahead and give me that survival check. With an 18, the brambles, like the thorns and the twigs themselves, maybe not so much, but the leaves can blend some kind of aromatic spice if prepared correctly.
Taste some of that, sure.
-1 is 14.
14. You are able to like kind of scrape off some of the kelp and the slime that's on top of that.
Nice. So I just give me one out. Okay. It's all gonna be random anyways. Can I look at it?
Right.
Let it put power.
The waves of the lake begin kind of like crashing up on the side. You see near to the cave a couple of skittering little crabs. Might be good in like some fried dish or maybe just open shell and just enjoy the true essence of the lake.
And prepare the
Shell.
crabs. What?
Shell.
Shell. Shell?
Pointing in the direction of the crabs.
Shall what? Shall we go? I'm just waiting here.
And Draconic just says, no, there's some very nice looking crabs over there.
I would
let's-
like to
let's-
try and catch these crabs.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Give me a dexterity check.
Not an athletics check or an animal handling check.
How would you use animal handling to lure crabs towards you?
I mean, they are animals.
They are animals.
And he is attempting to...
Mere little crabs.
If it's a hermit crab, you just build a nice little bigger.
Yes. You just build a hotel.
Dexterity check. Where's dexterity? There it is.
One of the big six.
11.
Beautiful. You are able to kind of pinch a single crab. He's missing one of its claws. It seems to have like fallen off. Not a battle scar. Definitely just like this crab be old.
Oh, this one's for me. I'm gonna poke it with my dagger and immediately prepare it into an edible meal.
Very nice. Using that chef feat.
Not clobbered.
No, the with my special dagger.
With your special dagger, yes. Your special eyes. And as the three of you, I believe you're all towards the cave now?
Yeah.
All right. And as the what's everyone's passive perceptions?
Where is it?
11.
8.
Where is passive perception?
It's because
Should be in the lower left.
I've got a hat on.
Yes. 15.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 12, I think.
All right.
And I have dark vision.
I also...
Hey, we all
Well,
have
it's not very dark.
Oh.
Well, that's good. In case we need it.
All right. So you said 11. So the two of you, you're able to hear that some of the waves are a little mismatched. Something is kind of buffeting against some kind of hard object in the waves.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Well, there's a crab.
Yo, this is Clobbert's dad.
It's also not done.
Yes.
It's coming home with me.
How is it not done? It's gorgeous.
We're all over here,
Got
right?
Because Cara.
Sorry.
Did you see the false thread and kippers?
Yes, those are also very cute.
You see something kind of rise up. It kind of looks like a rock, but it's moving. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice.
It's a terrible time to get the natural 20. Did you get a natural 20?
16 plus
We're doing great, guys.
16 plus 7.
16 plus 7 is 23.
Okay, 26.
So 26 for Gordok.
Gordok.
Yeah.
What do we get, Shanna?
Slippery devil.
8. Oh, sad Shanna. How about Chef Goldbloom?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice.
Yes.
Polwit. And Shayna. Alright, the way this works out is we've got our crab friend at the very top, followed by Gordok, followed by Chef Goldbloom, then Alwit, and then Shanna. Alright. First up we have our crab. You see he begins to approach, and he's kind of spry for a crab. He's going to head directly towards Alwit, actually. Alwit is in the boat.
Oh!
And with the boat there, he reaches forward with this sharper looking claw. Someone might call it a Caesar claw. He grabs onto the boat, and you see it kind of pierces the mast of it. And with his other claw... Oh, that's good. He grabs onto Alwit. You hear it, ah! That's not cool, man!
Oh, look out!
And he grabs onto Alwit. Alwit takes 17 points of piercing damage. Well, he gets disadvantage on some attack rolls. Alright, that's our crab, and let's go to Gordok.
Gordok turns around.
He is not restrained.
He's dead.
I am going to do a dash and my regular movement action, so 60 feet. And as he's doing this, he's going to yell, "I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna stuff you, and then I'm gonna eat you, and then I'm gonna twist you, and then I'm gonna probably put you in the little thing in my closet."
Let's wrap those 60 feet.
And at that point, I think that's okay. So I think that's my turn.
You could use your action to also dash.
Oh, that's what I said.
You use your so you're about to use your bonus action to dash.
Yeah.
And use your action to also dash.
Yeah, Rose can dash three times.
Okay, that's why I get 100. No, I get
90.
Okay. Then I only get 16.
Wait, oh, you only get 30.
Yeah. Okay.
You're splashing through the waves.
Yeah, and I'm just jumping up and down, yelling at him. It's very much like Popeye kind of yelling at something.
Very nice. That's your turn. We go to Chef Goldbloom. It's going to be Alwit and then Shanna. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast Mind Stone. As I walk over there, 30 feet. And I believe that puts me within range.
I love the impression, Matt, but again, I cannot hear you.
I think I'm in range of it. So I'm going to, hit it with int save.
Intelligence? Great. It's maybe its best skill. That is a 10.
That is a failure. So
What is the range on it?
60 feet?
I think you're pretty close to not.
45, 50, 55, 60.
Unfortunate.
I'm very good at advance after a couple of years of running games.
Then, I'm going to... I guess I'm also going to dash with my action.
Alright.
That's it.
That's it. Darn. Alright. That brings us to Alwit, who is going to just kind of like try and get away. He's not looking great. He looks pretty beat up.
Bleeding is a free action.
Bleeding is a free action, and he's just gonna try and like scuttle off the boat, which is gonna provoke my attack of opportunity.
Has Alwit never played D&D before?
Apparently not.
Disengage before he does this.
Alwit, unfortunately, is going to take an attack of opportunity, which means he's going to take... Auto roll for me, please, baby. There we go. 8 points of piercing damage, which means all wit is down.
This is his blood.
Hollow's just a dude. All right, that brings us to Shayna.
I'm start making my way over 30 feet. And I'm gonna toss a firebolt at this level of the crowd. That is 17 to hit.
17 hits. What is the rate? What is the area for fireball?
It is not fireball, it is firebolt.
Firebolt. Much better.
Did you like the idea of putting this guy in a funeral pyre, though?
Would you vote with it? Yes, please.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe Tina's so chaotic. Let's just throw a whole ass fireball at a wooden boat.
That is 15 points of fire damage.
Very nice.
And if it's carrying anything that isn't being it ignites, but
It's carrying its shell, but I don't know if the shell ignites.
It's all wit in the hand because it's a corpse. Technically, it's an object.
Oh, it's not a corpse yet.
But he is making saving throws.
That's nice.
Because one of you can pilot a boat, right?
yeah.
I think so.
All right, that brings us back to Mr. Crabman. So the crab is going to kind of turn as it has been hurted, and it's going to see 3 of you.
I was gonna say, you can probably smell the grease.
It probably does.
There's like an
grease.
oil slick coming off from the waves.
And it is going to rush forwards. It can go about 40 feet.
Good style.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Very good.
And it's going to reach out with its Caesar towards Chef Goldbloom. 21 to hit.
Oh, that is going to
If it came up at the sides, it would just split up. Yes. So that's going to be a hit for Chef Goldbloom. That's 12 points of piercing damage, and if you could make a strength check for me.
Strength check.
I believe it's a check and not a saving throw for grappling. It's
For
meaning
grappling, it's
athletics.
competing athletics.
athletics.
Very nice. While you feel the claws begin to like enclose around you, you are able to dodge out of the way. You're kind of like sneaky, like a little snake. Yeah, you're just chaotically dodge. And the other claw, the crusher, heads towards Gordok. Gordok, does a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
It's 11 points of piercing damage, and can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
I think I could like for.
You can uncanny dodge that attack. Probably.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. I do get some precision. Yeah, I'll just take it.
All right. You have disadvantage on attack rolls that use strength. Probably a better thing that you got hit with that.
I'm gonna use my uncanny dodge against.
All right. Wonderful. And that brings us to Gordok when you are ready.
So Gordok is going to turn around as he's getting hit, and he like kind of like looks up and he like kind of does like a back check. He sees as he was running, just a trail behind him of his sausage links are just all the way back to the beach, and he's saying, "I gotta get my sausage back." You, and he gets really mad. You can see his face starts turning red, and he's so mad. And he's just gonna jump up in the air and he's gonna yell, "Welcome to the sausage party!" And he's gonna just jump up and go down with a dagger. And I'm gonna do first steady aim to give myself advantage on my next attack. And then I'm going to just do my regular attack, which
is 10. Because I have.
You do?
That's 19.
19 does hit.
Alright, that's for 19. So 19 damage. 2 plus 4, 6. Sneak attack. 6 plus 4 is 10, 13, 14 damage.
14 damage total? Very nice.
And he strikes right on the arm that's like right in front of him. And he's like, just, you can see like as he's trying to strike, the blade almost slips out of his hands because he's just so pissed.
Not great for chopping anything.
It's a constant juggling act.
Yeah.
That brings us to Chef Goldbloom, and Shayna's on deck.
Yes, okay. So now I am going to attack this thing.
I just assumed that Jeff Goldblum would not be able to great throw
Yeah.
for some reason.
Don't worry, this is Chef Goldbloom.
Right.
Yeah, this is Chef.
Sorry.
Chef. Oh, can I get advantage? That's okay. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
That's 15 points of slashing, and then the second attack is 19.
19 also hits.
It's gonna be 16 points of slashing.
Very nice.
That's it for me.
Beautiful. We'll do a little saving throw for Poet. Ooh, not good. All right, Shayna.
I would like to move toward the boat, but to like keep everybody within 30 feet of me if possible. And then if I have to dash, I will. To get in there. Oh no, back up. Yeah, there. And healing word on our lovely boat captain.
Nice.
Ooh, that's actually 8 health back.
Beautiful. That's almost half his health.
Yeah, for just a dude, that's a lot.
And that is unfortunately all that I can do with that. So
You'll have an easier time getting back. All right, that brings us back to the top of the round. And he's going to focus. Right. So that's going to be a natural 1, unfortunately. So as it goes to swing around, this you hear a crunch from one of her claws, and it kind of looks like the joint, the shell around some of the joint and the cartilage there has been impacted. Such was the strikes received. That one goes wide. That was the one I was excited to use. To us a 24 hit, Chef Goldbloom.
Oh, yes.
That is 22 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Roll real well.
That's gonna be 25.
25. All right.
This is 20.
Yes. All right. You suffer no broken limbs, so that is good. You can still wield your greatsword. All right. But the crab has turned to face you, Chef Goldbloom. And it seems to have its full attention. All right. That brings us to Gordok.
I'm gonna need a rule count for clarification on something that will explain this because I need to know what kind of thing this is. So Gordok is gonna look at the crab and he's gonna say,
You think you're some kind of brat? Well, I'll show you I'm the worst.
and he's going to get rid of his dagger because it's not working. It's too greasy. He's gonna pull out another improvised weapons, salami nunchucks.
Okay.
It's 1d4 anyways. I don't care. He is going to at this point.
How dry aged would you say?
They're pretty aged. They're pretty aged. And he is going to swing with them, and he's gonna he's gonna get into it. He's gonna go, as you do.
Yeah.
And he does like a little dance going back and forth. So he's in. That's a 3. Also my question. What kind are these strength based? What is?
This is, I would say, nunchucks are dexterity.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes. Good. Because I definitely keep my advantage.
I would argue that they're a finesse weapon.
Yeah.
And a 9. So 9 plus 7 is 16.
16 does not make it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Salami nunchucks, just not a super effective weapon. But you do you, Gordok man.
As he does that, it slips out of his hand. Just flies out.
The carapace is too hard for that salami.
Nothing too hard for my salamis.
You need a harder salami.
Good. And we move on.
Yep. To Chef Goldbloom. This is a cooking one-shot, by the way.
First time. I guess I'll do it again. Smack the shit out of these things. Natural 20.
Yay!
Oh, this thing is
No, that was the natural.
Okay. A 19 will hit.
another 15 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
And I guess I can do I'm going to use a second wound.
Probably for the best.
And whenever I activate second wind with the bonus action,
We're here.
Alwyn is going to kind of hunker down on the ship, and he's just going to basically go prone. Just go flat, as little notice as possible. And that brings us to Shanna.
Well, I've had about enough of this, so I'm gonna cast Reduce so he can make a Constitution saving throw.
Right? If you can move it 20 feet away from Shanna, please. And Shanna, does that put him out of range?
does that provoke an attack?
I will move up so that my range is 30 feet.
That's it. The spell does get used.
Oh, it's a reaction.
It's a reaction.
He has to move out of your range.
It's a crab feature. Okay.
Who's Scuttle?
Scuttling.
Who's scuttling? Does it move out of your range?
Yes.
Okay.
So then I will. That's my turn.
No.
Right. So that brings brings us to the crab, and the crab has moved once more to be close to Chef Goldbloom. And it's going to make an attack towards you. Right. So it would be cool, wouldn't it? It was a 14. Right, and the other one is an 18 on the die, so I'm assuming that hits you. And I need a athletics check. It's 15 piercing damage as well.
27.
Right. So with a 27, you are not grappled, and the crab, this will provoke an attack of opportunity, starts to head further into the water.
How much?
He can move 40 feet. It does move.
So that's 17 to hit?
A 17 just makes it.
Yes.
Do you have Sentinel?
No. I wish. A mere 9 points.
Alright. He is still up, but he is not looking fantastic. Alright. That brings us to Gordok and Goldbloom on deck.
Where we are, right to the claw, the right claw that's closest to me. It's closest to me. Yes. And as Gordo is running, or Gordo, sorry.
You can call you can call him Gordo.
Gordo the Sausage King.
Call it Gordok, but my friends call me Gordo. It's not much shorter.
So as he's running, he is pulling something out of his sleeve, and he just keeps pulling. And there's the sausage links, and he just keeps pulling them out. There's the casings, and he just keeps pulling out the casing. And it's like a magician is pulling it out of his sleeve. He just keeps pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And eventually, at the end, he gets to a big meat patty, and that's gonna be like his swinging mace. And he is going to.
I would say this is a strength weapon.
Yeah, well, it's a strength weapon. And he's gonna swing it around, and he's gonna go right for the eyes.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Remember, you have disadvantage with strength set.
But I'm gonna do city aim, and it's gonna cancel it out.
It will cancel out.
Come on, big whammies, big whammies. It's an 11 plus 7, 18.
18 base.
Hell yeah.
It hits? Yes?
Yes.
Yes! Gordo
You might say
yells,
yes if
"Hot dog!" And he does one of these
Alright, do the dance.
You just celebrate. It's like it's just a emotional.
Doesn't always happen.
4 plus.
Now you're a swashbuckler, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you also would get sneak attack damage because there's no enemy within 5 feet of you, nor is there an ally. So I believe you get sneak attack damage as well.
Oh, I do!
Yes,
Pop
you
out of
do.
the waves.
Thank you, Ali and Morwen, for teaching me this for campaign 1. And Eleanor and Alana.
8 plus 3 is. Yeah, that was it.
Crab is not looking great. In fact, one of its claws is kind of useless. You could have gathered that from the lack of a second claw attack on you, Chef Goldbloom. But it's not looking stellar. Alwit is going to continue flattening out. Brings us to Goldbloom, and then Shanna's on deck.
For the first time.
I am going to take out my bow. I'm going to try and lay the finishing blow on this creature. getting into position so that I can advantage just strike the sausages in case. That's the first is a 20 something.
A 20-something will indeed hit.
As much damage. It doesn't even so that's 6 points of slashing. An extra 4 points of fire.
Still hanging on.
And then I'm gonna hit it again. That's my second attack. Second attack is going to be unnatural.
This might be the thing that does it.
That's gonna be.
I choose to believe it was the sausage nunchucks that came through.
So it's gonna be a whopping 13 points of slashing and 8 points of fire.
Chef Goldbloom, tell us how it happens.
So Chef Goldbloom just brings out this knife, and his arm just starts going, just like hacks this thing to pieces, and then it's just perfectly cooked. A prime cut of meat, perfectly
A
cooked.
single prime steak from this lobster.
So you have crab. Excuse. So you slice off the major claw from this crab. You chop and you see the shell perfectly separates, and as it does, the heat from your knife kind of just lightly sears the flesh and slices up the claw meat of this crab in perfect mouthfuls as it falls delicately into a plate that somehow appeared into your hand. And you are out of initiative. There's still a whole hunk of crab left. And
Gordok,
Yeah, just wait a minute.
And Gordok is like punching his fucking heart because he like has such high blood pressure that he like has to like just be like,
Come on. I got it. All right, what do you need?
the crab.
Oh, yeah.
Helping to harvest.
he'll have to harvest. He'll take out his dagger and he'll start.
all right, so the two of you, I would like a survival check from both of you.
While they're going after the rest of the meat, I'm thinking, perhaps some root vegetables, like onions, shallots, something to go with the crab.
A survival check or a nature check will nurture different things in the foliage.
16.
14.
We'll do nature.
What'd you get, man?
6.
Nothing. 2 for you. 2. And 1
We
for
got
Ben.
what we got.
That's what you said, Joe.
Ooh.
In the chat.
Oh, yeah.
So we move back as Team Chef Goldbloom begins to finish up their hunts and their harvests, getting back on the boat with a fully traumatized Alwit, who was not expecting to be a crab's buddy today.
Crabstead.
There.
He was a crabstead.
And you're like, there. And I'm gonna use friends.
If you didn't have Alwit's heart before, you do have it now. And we turn back to the team of Maegor and Sidnu as they have arrived on the beach. Captain Volbrand bids them farewell and good luck as they head up the hills and the dunes to what seems to be a cooking area that has been set up. You can see a minimum amount of spices, but around you there are different rocks and alcoves. There's also parts of the forest which you came in through, and you see that the other teams have not made their arrival yet. You can choose to get a head start on cooking, or you can look for some more things to add to your dishes.
Do we know what the format of like what we have to serve is? Is it just one dish?
It seems to be just one dish.
Okay. So just the main one?
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of turn to my companion, and I'm going to say,
Okay, we are going to make sandwich. Sandwich with smoked fish. You do the smoking? Yes. I will look for some green things.
Garnish, yeah.
and I'll start going, and I'll hobble off into the woods, and I'll say,
Balti, look for onions.
and just kind of cast them off to go search for onions that help me in this endeavor.
All right. Let's have a nature check from Balti to see if Balti knows what onions are. And let's go with a survival check for you for anything else you may find.
That's so it's a nature check for Balti. That's wisdom?
How wise is your raven?
0.
You got a negative?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Just fly straight into a tree. Bam!
Balti brings back a couple of oak leaves.
It was a good try, Balti.
Thanks.
And I'll catch Balti, and then I'll look myself for something here. Is it a nature check for me?
It is a survival check if you want to find other things, or a nature check if you want to find onions specifically.
Well, I'll tell you what. Because this is important, and it's something that we really want for our dish, I am going to look around, and I'm going to cast Locate Object.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast Locate Object to try to find specifically, like, edible plants. And it can be kind of, whatever is edible we're looking around for.
All right. I'm going to have you roll an Arcana check. This works.
Okay.
It's just a matter of what's around you and how well does it light up. Using
Not great.
the healing power of self-talk.
12 plus...
I believe in you.
This is Arcana. 21.
Nice.
Yeah, bad roll.
No, it's like 4.
Ooh. All right.
You are able to find like some green mountain onions that just kind of grow natively in the forest. You find a couple of like edible flowers.
Diverse mix.
There's some berries that aren't incredibly sweet. They have more of like a tang to them.
Okay.
And then you find some like pretty like dry nuts that might go well with like a toast or something.
Oh,
for them.
perfect.
Oh my
Perfect,
god.
perfect. Is there, speaking of toast, is there any kind of grain that is around here?
I would say, with your check, looking for edible plants specifically, I say you could potentially grind up those nuts.
Okay, yeah. That was my backup plan.
Yes. All right. You see, as you kind of head back, that Sinew, you have kind of built up a lovely cooking fire. You
Smoke. I like gather foliage and make like a little teepee to like consolidate the smoke, and like have built a little like trench so that the flames are really like targeted and laid neat low, and like done a lot of like maintenance on this.
You've got a full pit that you just dug while Maegor was out, and you are ready. You've got some smoke. You see a boat pulls up. This seems to be the one with dimes, and a team of 3 kind of hops out, and they head to another cooking spot. And not too long after, Team Chef Goldbloom arrives. And finally, a 4th one appears, this one with the single-jawed captain in tow, and all 4 teams have assembled. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. You have drawn cards. These are poker rolls. So, let me find my guide. So each of these little cards means something for your quality. You will also get a final wild card at the end, which refers to how well your dish is prepared. But you have different types of meals that you can prepare. Just 1 or 2 matches is a poultry meal. If you have 1 of each suit, you have a balanced meal. A magic meal is possible. You have X of a kind, so however many you have that match. can apply multipliers and effects that add things to your dish. Straight is the next highest, with, of course, a flush being the lowest. So we are going to take a quick break while our teams deliberate over their cards. And then we'll come back and see what they've prepared for us. See you soon.
Question.
we're back, and we certainly didn't talk about washing sandwich cases in oceans, and by sandwich I mean sausage. We also talked about sandwiches.
There's no OSHA here, right?
OSHA is not a thing.
When you're on the ocean, there is no ocean.
There you go. In ocean, no one can hear you, ocean. Welcome back to the Feast of the Noble Vale. We are midway through our chef's fantastic preparations. As you look up now and then from your chopping, your slicing, and your mise en place, you see that others are being ferried through this portal, bringing along with them tables and decorations, and it looks like they're getting ready to have a feast here on the beach side. So, a note about our card situation. In addition to having the highest hand, it also depends on having the most combos. So the more combos you can have with your cards, the better.
What do you mean by combo?
So if you have like 2 of a kind and 3 of a kind in the same hand, is good. Is better than just 2 of a kind. Combo. I also have a handy dandy little like reference thing of different effects that the cards do, so that adds things to it. All right, so we get into our cooking extravaganza. You see the 2 other teams are kind of halfway through their dish preparation. You see a giant cauldron with one of the teams, seem to be some kind of like big stew preparation. Another one of the teams just has like this miniature boat that they've been building. It looks like one of the chefs isn't even like really chef focused, seems to be focused more on carving, making more dishware and the presentation than the actual food itself. And then we get to our other 2 teams. So we're just going to kind of go around the table and describe your preparations and what you are doing, whether or not you are sabotaging other teams or not. We're going to start with Maegor and work our way around.
Okay. So Maegor is going to set about finding some suitable kind of stones to serve as grinding mechanisms. I'm going to take those nuts that I found and I'm going to grind them down into flour. Using this flour, I'm going to combine it with elements of like water and just make a pretty basic dough. And the intent is to create a bread. And really, like most of the work that I'm doing will involve creating that like dough, letting it kind of proof in a nice warm area, and then setting about baking off a couple loaves so that even if a couple get burned, it's not like a huge deal. And I think probably in terms of like sabotage, Maegor's not trying to sabotage. I've seen what the other teams look like. We're fine. But I'm on the lookout for team sabotaging, and if I notice that there is some kind of meat fermentation happening, I do want to try to cast Gentle Repose on the meat so that it cannot be fermented.
All right. We will hold on to that to see if anyone's doing any fermentation bits. In a card.
Sidney is gonna mostly spend their time kind of watching the meat smoke, make sure it gets like a nice even breath of smoke on all of the sides. She would also like to check if one of the fish is pregnant for roe.
Just go ahead and do a little nature check.
Bummer.
But it was a good thought. I love where your head's at.
Nice. Also not gonna sabotage, but is gonna support Maegor in finding like garnishes and like finds like flat rocks not for grinding but for like plating purposes.
Very nice.
So, like is going on like a rustic vibe.
Yeah.
And then between the 2 of us, we're also going to try to just carve up a couple ribbons of kelp to make a little slaw.
Oh yeah.
Gordok, what are you doing for your team's preparations?
Gordok is probably going to do a little bit of the presentation. We got a nice little crab shell And he's gonna, of course, help with the fire with his grease. He has and the sausage. Yes, he will place down those things before he gets busy with the crab shell. He will be basically carving it and making it look kind of like a circular king crown plate, and that will like kind of encompass the whole thing. Do I have the roll to make it nice? And after he's kind of doing that, he will assist with the fire, and he will also be taking out some of his sausages. And I think he has his dagger. He'll probably like, skewer them with kebabs and he'll like, cooking them over the fire.
Very nice.
And the sausage, is it chorizo? Yes, chorizo.
All right, craborizo. Shayna, what are you doing?
So Shanna has set up all of her tools. There's like alchemist supplies, brewer supplies, intense like upper kitchen she has brought out. And this very large saucepan that she is working on making a stew essentially out of the bits and pieces that she's gotten and ingredients that she can find around. It's going to be terrible, but hopefully decent.
Very nice.
Can I lend someone an item after my magic light? I'm just gonna lend her Shayna my shield that gives you the ability to cook fish soup faster by heating the water-based stuff.
Well, it's in my magical item that requires 10 minutes to make
Oh,
it.
okay.
We've got a couple of chef mics over here.
Yep.
All right. Goldbloom, how are you leading the charge?
So I see everything is coming together quite nicely. There's just one thing missing. I see the grease heating up in the pot, and I see the crab being cooked so perfectly, and the chorizo being used to some effect. But we need a green still. We have the garnishment, so we need the green. And so I'm looking at the other teams to see, are there any other delicious ingredients that might help finish our recipe? And I'm casting friends on myself. Politely ask some other teams if we can borrow some ingredients.
It seems like every other team has was able to find some sort of greenery other than sea slime and miscellaneous leaves that may be good for spices. So you would have to choose. So you've got one that looks like they're preparing some sort of bread. That one only has 2 members. You have another one that seems to be preparing some very large stew. And a third team that seems to be making a giant plated shipped thing of some kind. Yes, they've carved the ship.
Oh. That's kind of like us. Maybe it's the same kind of recipe. We're going to go over to the ship.
It seems as if they've chosen to do some sort of kelp and roll situation. Awfully busy, as you can see. The slicing is everything.
Yes.
Enjoy.
A moment. Could you, perhaps, if you have the extra capacity for it, time that you have, spare some of your greeneries?
Remind me again, is there a saving throw for friends, or does it just...
I just have advantage on charisma checks.
Gotcha. Go ahead and give me that check.
That's pretty good. 27.
Well, I suppose we're not really using this food. It didn't quite dry right, so it's still kind of fresh. And you are to get some sort of seaweed.
And then we can just ask people.
You roll a 27 on charisma check, sure, they'll just give you some leftover
Yeah, my
stuff.
charisma's -1.
Neither of us are like people.
Just like talking to each other, but not very much.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a classic.
And then and as we begin to wind down, chefs, you see the final guests begin to trickle through, and at the seat of honor, at the very head of the table, the reason that everyone is competing, the Archfey Hearsay, with about 7 cups and 7 wineskins, all full at different levels, and seemingly quite ready for food. Thank you.
Man, he's a glamour.
Here's some no. I'm surprised that the sound didn't go. It is kind of looking for something with an umlaut on top, so that's not umlaut. Yeah, somehow I typed in umlaut when things fell.
Huh.
Yeah, cool for me.
Isn't that like an oil that they put in some kind of...
No.
What is that?
Alright, sorry. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Alright, and here's some, kind of stands up, wraps the table. Thank you all for joining me at this feast, and thank you, chefs, for your hard work and your seemingly successful hunts. I am quite hungry, and I have been waiting for some time for this feast, and I do have pressing matters, but always here for a good time. If we could have, I believe the first team on the scene was Chef Maegor. If you wouldn't mind, what have you prepared for us today?
Can I really quickly scan the drinks he has up there and on the fly try to think of what would be a good pairing to offer with our dish to like compensate for it?
So
I'll be like, oh yes,
you want to use your chef knowledge basically to look at the beverages and see what would go well with your dish.
Yeah, I would call that maybe like an insight if I was to pick a skill, but you tell me.
I don't know if you can insight beverages, but let's go with, this is some sort of knowledge check. Let's go with history.
Today, love that. 8.
You know, you've heard that white goes well with seafood, and you have a seafood-based dish, and that big flagon over there looks kind of white.
I don't feel confident, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let my mouthpiece now.
So I'll walk up with this plate. Do we get something that we can like do like the dramatic reveal with?
If you prepared it.
I walk
I
up
stand in front of you and then step to the side.
I pull the shoulder as if it's like the cloche, but it's just just tossing this elbow over to the side, and then but I'm like also about like a foot and a half smaller than you.
Yeah.
But I hold up a sandwich. It is a nut bread sandwich that has like this piece of these pieces of smoked fish that are laid across it. You can see it's on a bed of these cut up pieces of kelp, and the kelp itself is first blanched, then boiled, and then finally sautéed to make a sort of seaweed salad-esque coleslaw as a base for the fish itself.
Vinegar forward.
The base of the fish, which was kind of fried. This is essentially a smoked kipper po' boy. And Maegor is going to say, "This is fish sandwich, special," and just offer it up.
Thank you. And I'm going to request that when you serve your dishes, you place the cards that you want to show for your combos face down onto the table there.
Quick clarifying question. In this game of Yahtzee poker,
Yes.
would it be better to have a, say, low pair, or would it be better to have 2 individual high cards?
Are the high cards matching it anyway?
No.
That's a look.
Yeah, I like that.
Bam.
Bam. Po' boy.
Oh boy. You place
A sandwich.
down in front of Hearsome, and Hearsome kind of nods and takes a couple nibbles. I should have just had you get it.
Yeah, I wasn't
me,
sure
'cause
why.
I can't actually reach.
I was
there.
excited to see you pull out like one of those little grabby arms.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Next time. Yeah, the humble sandwich, you know.
I was like, how did she know Here's always carrying her in a grabby arm? I'm not looking at the reaction.
No.
I'm just believing in myself.
I believe in us.
I know we put up a good sandwich.
Yeah.
I would eat that. That sounded great.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of chews thoughtfully, kind of like takes a little bit of like uneven nut out of his teeth, but continues. And he's like,
Not uneven.
hey now, that is not what I meant. I think you know that.
It's hard to control the nut, you know?
It's just a matter of where it goes.
It goes where it wants.
Oh, wait.
It's interesting. It's got a good texture. Interesting use of kippers. It's not quite tartar sauce, but it's tart sauce. Thank you, Chef.
And also, Chef, this one.
And thank you, Chef, this one.
I'm just here too, but we don't know, we're just gonna have to be here. Thanks for inviting me, 'cause I can show.
He kind of like nods and puts his tips his hand to all of you. The second team brings forth their stew.
When they're bringing forth their stew, because we're passing them, right?
Yep.
Like, could I perhaps sneakily cast, I don't know, create food and water and create 30 gallons of water in their soup?
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand. Because does this have any vocal components?
I think it does. It's my big spell here. This is the last big thing I can do. It has a verbal and a somatic component.
Right,
And my
let's-
verbal component is good luck.
All right. Go ahead and give me that sleight of hand check.
Yikes. Oh no. At advantage?
No.
5.
So you say good luck.
Create water.
But I go like this when I say create water.
There's just a large hacking noise, and then followed with a create water. And you see spurting forth from Maegor's hands just a jet of water that just spontaneously appears and just flops in over these two. And they're fully able to see this and just kind of look at the now.
Hey, that looks like
Oh no.
foul play.
It was accident. Guidance.
Disadvantage for sure.
Oh no, it's not good.
Oh my god.
I was like, it's not good, but it got worse. You said deception?
It's not persuasion if you're lying.
7.
I'm sorry. I apologize to both the representatives whose stew I no longer desire to taste, as I believe it might be pointless. I do not know which deity Chef Maegor serves, but it might not be amenable to my stomach. And I'm sorry to say, this will impact both of you and my consideration.
Yeah, I don't know, that was really
Chef Goldbloom,
Yes.
what has your team prepared?
Well, I am glad that you asked. We have prepared for you some lovely cooked crab with chorizo dip and a Goldblumen onion. fried in the Sausage King's grease himself.
I'm gonna be frank, this sausage grease has been in my families for years and years. It's just been recycling over. It's the grease my grandpappy used to use.
Yes, Gordok is well versed in
Quite spicy.
spice. Shame that brings in spice.
Okay,
Enjoy.
thank you. And with that, why is Fido in here?
Who has my dragon?
No, you really shouldn't private judge, but this is quite astounding. It's vaguely alcoholic. Somehow something has fermented in here, but it's delightful. I feel invigorated. It's quite nice.
We are glad that you enjoyed it.
Thank you. This was quite a lovely plating.
That was the claw from the crab.
Oh yeah, I do a little bit of my mean times, downtime.
Whittler too.
Yeah, I
Well done.
cut my fingers a lot because, the grease. But
Okay, enough.
You and your team of 4. Thank you very much. What? I'm just considering. And finally, and he gestures for the team that seems to have prepared some sort of fish and roll and a little bit of raw presentation.
While they're walking past us, I would like to try to cast Charm Person on the one carrying the shell.
Okay. They rolled a 5 on the die. They are charmed, but towards what end? To Chip.
They are charmed by me, and I am going to say it would be really nice for the team if we were to win this one. I'm just going to kind of walk away.
The one holding the ship itself.
Yes.
Roll a d6 for me.
5.
You see, as the team walks, one of the chefs kind of turns around and looks at the smaller one holding the ship, and he says, "What did he say to you?" "Yeah, of course it'd be nice if they won. That's not why we're here. Now do your job and get it up there." And you see he puts the plate down. Hirschem begins to select. He's like, "Chefs, I appreciate the fine art of slicing and the artful presentation. And if this were a wood carving competition, it would have been quite admirably done. But this is a food competition and cooking. And while it seems you have hunted well, you have a couple of different fish specimens here, and the rest of it appears to just simply be kelp. At least with the Chef Maegor, there was some inspired presentation and use of the ingredients in different ways, even if it was a dirty, underhanded trick that he played on the second team. I must say, this is quite a disappointing turnout." And he begins to kind of clear the plates away. The fourth team kind of looks a little dejected. But as the dishes begin to start circulating, he kind of claps his hands. More food appears onto the table, and people start digging in as Hirschem begins to make his deliberations.
Can I go and apologize for our team?
Please consider, Doug.
and try to appeal to the pressure of there only being two of us, and how that
On
must
their way to
have
do that, can I cast enhance ability on them?
Maegor must have just, it's very out of character in the time that I've known him, and that I'm like humble and sorry and just happy to be here, and feel bad that our food is no longer being judged purely based on like the food itself, and instead being judged on Maegor's bullshit.
I'm gonna give him evil
But it takes me
splendor.
like 15 minutes to say this between the mumbling and the stuttering and trying to get it all out.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check and a perception check of anyone on your team who would like to intervene.
Because you have evil splendor.
I don't think Gordok. Gordok's eyes are too. He got bad eyesight.
Hey, you know what?
You do catch Chef Sinew kind of like just standing next to Hirsa, just like
Friends, and I'm gonna go over and be like, well done, Sinew. It was your dish looked very nice, but I cannot abide ill behavior.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad I get a chance to directly
really,
because I wasn't.
I'm sure you're.
Go ahead and roll a charisma check. Well, let's go with performance.
And it's charisma, so it's advantage.
Guidance.
Okay, so that's another 4. That's pretty good. Oh my god.
28, and yours was an 18?
No. Mine was a 9. No, mine was. It's like I don't think I've even gotten like 20 words out because it just taken me so long to hum and haw in front of this like high fae guy. But I really don't want to not be invited next year.
To be honest, the both of you are starting to put me off my dinner.
Oh, I am sorry. Come by the restaurant sometime.
Next year would be great. Thanks for the best fight.
And you see, like, Pearson kind of, like, calls over Chalbar and, like, kind of, like, whispers in his ear. Kind of gets up, dabs at his face, kind of throws his napkin down, and kind of walks over through the portal and just... whoop. And you see Trelfar kind of takes the stand and says, "Well done, all. It was a competition. Good job, chefs. And I apologize again to Chef Belmu. It did look like a lovely stew. Hirsa has let me know that he has chosen winners and they are to appear before him in the Emerald Spire to receive their boon forthwith. Congratulations to Chef Goldbloom and his team of 4 for quite a delectable meal.
We are the wieners! Yes!
And he would like to add that the assistance of a 4th personage does not go unnoticed, and a minor boon shall be given. Thank you.
Is that 1, 2, 3? Am I?
That's just what he said. I suppose they had a second help. And Chef Goldbloom, would you please give me a dex saving throw? Actually, no, that's a charisma saving throw. That's more accurate.
Guidance.
This is the wall.
No.
This is to avoid.
No.
What's the guidance?
All of you watch as Chef Goldbloom seemingly appears to be yanked back by his hat, as like his hair is pulled back from some
it's
unknowing
Ratatouille.
place. And onto top, a tiny little green pixie appears to be tugging at both of his hands.
Phenomenal.
And you just see the pixie kind of goes like one of these movements.
I told you it wouldn't work. Hey, that was a good try.
And then he puffs out of existence back to a pocket dimension.
Phenomenal.
And with that, congratulations to Chef Goldbloom. With their winning hand of 2 pair, a jack and a king, and then a nice little wild card to make the kings a 3 of a kind.
It's also a full house.
It is also a full house.
And there's more
Jams. They had multiple combos. The other 2 teams had 0% combos. I pulled 6 cards for each team, and they drew like shit.
We did too.
You did too. It was appreciated, but you know, nut bread without any leavener doesn't go so well.
Well, if I had any kind of use, I was going to use animate dead to just rise it.
That would have been
Yeah, I
fantastic.
know, but that's happening. Couldn't
All
make my
right.
dead velvet cake.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoy your own Noble Vale feasts this evening. And we will see you tomorrow night when we join together again for Adventures in Alberon, Ports of Everest, and 7 p.m. Thank you, everyone.